Life doesn't give you everything you want. Sure, sometimes we get lucky, but the majority of the time, if there's something we want, we have to work for it. If you're someone who struggles with people pleasing and overgiving, let me ask you something. Do you get everything you want handed to you simply because you want it? I'm guessing no. Then why do you act like everyone deserves to get everything they want out of you whenever they want it, just because they want it? Hello, friends. My name is Maria, and for years I struggled with people-pleasing, overgiving, bending over backwards for people who were happy to take what I had to give, but in the end, I never really got anything back, well, except maybe breadcrumbs. And while it is important in life to work hard and earn the things that you want, it's also important for others who want you in their life to feel like they've earned you. They've shown in their words and actions that they are willing to put just as much energy into the relationship as you are. Have you ever found yourself saying, how could they leave me? I was so good to them. I gave them everything they wanted. Then this episode is for you. So grab a bottle of nail polish. Let me know down in the comments what color you are showing your self-love with today, and let's talk. I'd like to start this out by thanking those of you who participated in the poll this week. We are rolling right along, and I have a new Facebook group. It's called Welcome to the Other Half. It is a public group, so come on, visit, let us know what's on your mind today. Okay, people-pleasing backfires because people cherish what they've had to earn, including relationships with other people. Picture this hypothetical situation. You have scrimped and saved, and you have bought a new car. It cost you $3,000. On your way home from the dealership, you got a scratch on it, and that sucks, right? But as luck would have it, 2 weeks prior, you had entered a raffle for a brand new car. They called you up, and you've won. You've won the same car, the same make, the same model, the same color, year, everything. Well, you have no need for two identical cars, so you got to sell one or give it away. I'll bet you anything you keep the car that has the scratch on it. It's not perfect, but you earned it. You have sweat equity in it. You invested in it, and not just the physical investment of working to save the money. You have emotionally invested in this vehicle, the time picking it out, thinking about what color you want, daydreaming about it while you're at work, going for the test drive, everything. It's not as easy to give that car away because it wasn't simply handed to you. You earned it. If you find that you continue to get into one-sided relationships where you're putting in a lot of yourself without ever getting back that feeling of security, I'll bet you aren't making people earn you. And maybe you think the phrase earn you sounds conceited, but really think about what happens to people when they're handed every single thing that they want. They get lazy and spoiled. They begin to take advantage of the situation and become generally unappreciative because they've never had to work for it. They just start to expect it. It's always there for them when they want it. Does that sound like anybody that you've had experience in relationships with? Making people earn you isn't about being better than anybody. It's about making sure you find the right people in your life who are reciprocating your energy. And I'm not just talking about romantic partners. It's really important that you do this at work too. I'm going to tell you a true story that illustrates how people-pleasing plays out exactly the same in your relationships and at your jobs. And I'm going to do it while I show my self-love today with ILNP's Black Magic. I once had a man who owned a candy store call me in for an interview because he wanted me to manage his store and possibly sometime down the line become a partner in the company. He was a new small business, and he told me right away that he couldn't pay me money to work there. Because of this, when he asked me what hours I was willing to work, I told him I would work as many hours as he needed me to be there Monday through Friday, but not weekends. And he was like, I want you here on weekends. Weekends are our busiest time. Okay, great. I want a lot of things too. Like When I am not the entrepreneurial owner in a company, then I want to get paid money for the work that I do. Oh, I'm sorry, you're not willing to do that. Okay. So basically, I should give you everything that you want without getting anything that I want in return. No. I had to turn him down. Let me tell you how this scenario would have played out in 6 months. When I finally got fed up and walked out because I'm the one putting in all the work and not getting anything in return, it would have been no skin off of his nose because he never had to invest anything in me. But he still would have gotten the advantage of having me in his life for 6 months because I'm sure I would have helped him fix up his shop and hired good people and trained his staff and given him plenty of great ideas that he could use in the future. And I would have had to start over with nothing, by the way, because I wasn't getting anything I wanted out of that relationship. I would have worked for him indefinitely with the promise that maybe sometime down the line, we would have had a partnership. And this is when it gets very dangerous in relationships, when you are giving and giving and giving with the promise that maybe sometime down the line, you will get that partnership. In any kind of relationship, if you do not stand up for your boundaries and things that you want, and you don't make them earn anything with you or invest anything into the relationship themselves, it's kind of heartbreaking how easy it is for them to leave you. And I know that this is very painful, and it probably feels like you were never even special to them. But to play devil's advocate, coming from the other point of view, you might not realize that you weren't making them feel particularly special either. When you are a bona fide people pleaser, it sort of makes everyone around you feel like you would do this kind of stuff for anyone. You'd be happy to do it for anyone that would take it. And people will take it. If you want to get married, why would your boyfriend ever invest the time, energy, or money to put a ring on your finger if you're already acting like his wife without him asking? Why would a friend ever make the trip over to your house when you're always so willing to spend your own time and gas to drive over to theirs? It's time for you to ask, what are you getting out of these relationships? And if the answer is you're getting people who you aren't sure if they even really like you to hang out with you just because you don't want to be alone, it's time to draw a line in the sand. Oh yes, it's time for you to start asking people to give you the same thing you would give them. You always go to your friends' parties, well, yeehaw! Now they're coming to yours. Your boyfriend always gets to pick what you guys watch on TV. Well, now you guys get to watch what you want too. And you see, the operative word there is two, not one. There are two people in a relationship. And oh, look, a couple of new friends. And hey, here's a boss who actually respects you. Look at all these new shiny people who are going to blossom in your life, who appreciate you just as much as you appreciate them. And you will have new people in your life because you need to be mentally prepared that when you finally start standing up for yourself, some people aren't going to have any of it and they're going to leave. But if people walk away from you just because you finally stick up for your boundaries, you have to let them walk away. And I know that that's scary, but what is the alternative? Being miserable every day, indefinitely? Realize that that is not a choice. Don't even hold that in your head as a choice. So the only choice you have is to do the hard thing and stand up for yourself. And it is hard. It will be hard for the 5 minutes that you are doing it. And then afterwards, you will feel so much better. And the more you practice this, the better it gets. It helps you realize how much power you have in yourself, especially when you start to learn who really cares about you. People are not entitled to your time, your energy, or your generosity. But the people who have earned it, give them all you got, baby. My name is Maria Adriana. You did not have to live my life, but I certainly hope you can learn something from it. As always, thank you for visiting The Other Half.